Hey YouTube. Today we'll be talking about my FN Browning High Power. First, the FN Browning High Power is mostly known as John Browning's Last Design, although he started, it was finished by a guy named Dodone Save. You may not know him, but he's also the same guy that designed the FN FAL, which is one of the most prolific NATO rifles during the Cold War. But anyway, on this pistol, it's a 9mm single action only handgun. Oop, had to turn it sideways, sorry. Look at the sight picture. So this particular one's a 3-dot sights. It's pretty sure it's a commercial model, although it's got like a sort of painted on finish, so I'm not sure if it might be a police surplus or something. It has no markings on it anywhere except for the commercial stuff and the Belgian proof marks, which I think they'll show up. Maybe. There you go. But there's no other markings on this thing, so I don't know if it's just a weird random police surplus or if it's commercial, but that's what I got. Its magazines by default hold 13 rounds of ammo. Although aftermarket ones can hold more, like this one's a 15 rounder from a Mekgar, so yours is 15. And I don't know if it's all Browning High Powers or this particular one, but it will not drop the magazine free no matter what. It might just be the finish of the magazine, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Because this one, it will drop free, no problems. Another quirk of the Browning High Power, and some pistols have it, is it has a magazine disconnect safety, which means if I take the magazine out, it will not fire. I think originally it had this feature when this pistol was submitted to the French Army in the 1930s for their new service pistol. And they just carried it over to all production, so all of them have this. You can actually get it removed and it'll improve the trigger pull on these. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And I might as well show you the trigger. It's very heavy, but it does break, not too much travel, and it's reset. I got to do it off camera. It's reset. It pretty has to go full travel, so it's a very, very long reset for a single action handgun. Also, this particular one is missing, it would go here, it's a pivoting lanyard ring that goes into here. Mine particular model is missing it. I guess the previous owner removed it because it was his carry gun, because this is his holster, which is a inside the waistband holster. I didn't buy it, just it's what came with the gun when I purchased it. So a freebie, I guess. Might as well show you disassembly. You see, this notch is, of course, the safety notch. I've got a cocked hammer. So, of course, normal safety is sort of like a 1911. Although this one's not as convenient, so I might replace this with the Mark III Browning High Power safety, which is an extended safety. But see that nerd notch right here? That is so you can lock the safety in there to help with disassembly, which push that. Might need a little bit of persuasion. Maybe. Come on. Oh, there we go. I'm being dumb. pull that out. Release the slide. Let's take a look at the inside. My hands of the camera focus better. You can actually see the magazine disconnect right there. And one of these need to figure out how to get that out without messing it up. There's oh wait, I'm dumb there. It's a non-captive recoil spring, sort of similar to a 1911, although it doesn't have the little swinging link dealie that the 1911 has. It's just a solid piece, which most modern pistols have something similar to this. This is kind of what most modern pistols are, usually just highly modified Browning high power actions, really. Yeah, a little bit of corrosion in there. And from what I could research on this particular pistol, it seemed its serial numbers early 80s. And I think this is completely Belgian, because I know some high powers were assembled in Portugal, and this doesn't appear to be one of them, because usually they stamp made in Portugal, or assembled in Portugal on it somewhere. And a couple of years ago, these actually went out of production in FN in Belgium, which is kind of a sad day, but there's a company in Turkey now that manufactures reproduction of these that has, I think, like Novak style, more modern sights put on it. But other than that, it's mostly the same handgun. I think with the Mark III safety and a few other more updated features, but it's mostly just a Browning high power clone. But most people usually know this thing for appearing in a certain video game alongside another handgun. But it's also the most common NATO pistol during the Cold War. A lot of NATO countries use these, and a couple still use them. Like, I think Canada still might have some. Relatively common in the Middle East. And Saddam Hussein actually carried one of these. I think it was actually captured with a Browning high power on him during the Second Iraq War. Look at the other side. A bit more frame. But it's a pretty decent range piece. It's soft shooting because it's all metal. Been tempted to get refinished with like some type of nicer bluing on it, but being in Florida, it'll rust if I look at it sideways. So I'm just gonna probably keep the black paint finish on there. I mean, I would like a nicer high power, but this is the only high power in my area that I found that wasn't at least $1,000. So, beggars can't be choosers. I also thought getting rid of the grips and putting on some nice wooden grips. I just haven't gotten around to getting those, so I'll just stick with the plain black plastic grips for now, and also because I'm have money going into other projects, and this one isn't really a priority one right now, especially since once I finally get it, you'll be the first to know about it once I make a video, which will be a little surprise for you. But, anyway, thanks for sticking around for another one of my many terrible videos I'm making. I also spanned a whole bunch out today. But, yeah, hope to see you guys again soon.